So now today we are going to discuss new module called web designing along with UI development. So first we have to know what is meant by website and the types of website. Then we are going to enter into our modules. So first one is what is meant by website. So website is a collection of web pages. It's a collection of web pages. So in our regular life, if you want to watch some cricket score or if you want to read some newspaper also, simply we are going to open www.abcd.com. Like that we are opening on website. In that website, we have the n number of web pages, right? So now, for example, I'm going to open here Hyderabad IT trainings. If I'm opening this one, so here I have the complete website here, home page we have. In the home page, we have the model like this. So if I click on the About Us, it is moved to the next page. About Us page, it is open here. If I click on the courses page will be open. So if I click on particular UI development course, that UI development course page is open here. So like that, if you are observing here what happened, we have here a number of web pages. That's why we can call it as a website is a collection of web pages. So we have two types of websites. One is static website and second one is dynamic website. What is meant by static and what is meant by dynamic? Now we are going to discuss step by step. So static is nothing but it is a fixed content. That website, everything we have here, so that is the entire thing should be fixed content. So why we are building that static websites? Only for presentation purpose. For example, I'm going to launch my business. Just what I'm trying to do is I want to promote in online also. That's why I'm going to build one website. So this is a fixed content now. If you require any changes also, how we are going to? For example, I have phone number in my website. I want to change my number. What we are going to do? Simply we can contact to the developer. Why? Because they know complete coding knowledge. Through the coding knowledge, they can do the changes. That is called static website. So I have one website that is static or dynamic. I want to identify. How we are going to identify it? If we have the extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is a static website. I will show you with the practical implementation. Just you can observe here. Now I'm going to open here. So one website called innertech.com. So this website is a static or dynamic website I want to identify. How we are going to identify it? Just you have to click on the menu. You can click on any menu item also. You will get the extension is .html or .htm. So if you have any extension, we can easily understood that is a static website. I'm going to revise one more time just you can observe. It is a fixed content. That means in this website, whatever the data you have, phone number, email ID, everything should be like a fixed only. So only for presentation purpose, nothing but for look and feel purpose, we can design the static website. So just you can see that and you can enjoy that. So that is the static one. So if you require any changes also, just you can contact to the developer. So through the coding knowledge, they can do the changes. If you have any extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood that is static website. So then move to the dynamic. What is meant by dynamic? First, we have to discuss about example. Then we'll move to the definition. So if you are observing e-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, so we have a number of websites. No? If you are observing any website also, today they are going to publish some products. Tomorrow they are going to add some products, and at the same time they are going to delete. They are going to edit the prices also. Different operations they are going to do now. So that means dynamic in the sense we have separate dashboard. Through the dashboard, you can do any type of changes also. So dynamic in the sense we have here separate dashboard. Through the dashboard, you can do any kind of changes also. Nothing but you can post something, you can edit, and you can delete also, and you can retrieve. Nothing but you can show that information also. That is called so dynamic one. I will show you with examples so that you will get some clarity here. Now I'm going to open here one website. This is one engineering college website. Here my client requirement is they want to post some latest news themselves. That news they want to post themselves, as well as they're going to post some events also themselves. They want to post the events and exam notifications, circulars, everything they want to post from their end only. So what we are going to do? So for these kind of dynamic websites, just we are going to create some admin panel. So whenever if you are doing this admin panel, it is asking some username and password. For security purpose, we have to must and should give the some credentials, and that credentials we have to send to directly your client only. So now you can log in. After login, you can observe here it is showing admin dashboard. So here we have the n number of options. You can observe latest news you can add. You can post the photos, you can post the videos, you can post the exam notification, events, everything is there now. So first we'll do one latest news. Now I'm going to post something. Hi BAET. So just click on the post button. If you are click on the post button, we are getting some notification, latest news updated successfully. Whether it is updated or not, we'll check here. Just you can open that website so that high VAT is added or not, we'll check here. So now I'm going to check here. See that high VAT is added. That means for doing the changes here, I'm not going to contact to the developer. And at the same time, I don't require any coding also. Directly, I'm going to implement that one. So here only we have the option called edit and delete also. This is completely dynamic website. I will tell you that process. So now this is backend. I will tell you that. So now you can observe here, we have here the previous whatever you posted, that entire latest news it is showing here. So now you can observe here, we have the edit and delete. If I want to click on the delete, so latest news is deleted successfully. Whether it is deleted or not, we'll check one more time. You can refresh and you can check there is no high VAT. So this is called dynamic. If you want to build these type of dynamic websites or web application, we can use the PHP language, or you can use the Python language, or you can use the .NET language, or you can use the Java language. This is completely like a backend. Backend is nothing but just we have to contact to the server. So in the database, we have to connect and we can store that information, and we can delete that information, and we can edit that information. Everything is related to the dynamic one. So, but here if you are observing, we are writing, we are checking, right? So, but here in this case, what happened? Developer already did the code for entire process. Just you can use that one. For example, mobile we have already in the mobile, all apps are there. Just we are using now similar kind of thing, that is dynamic website. So if you want to build that a dynamic website, you have to know these programming languages. So if you don't know this programming language, we are unable to do the backend programming here. Yes, sure. No, this is the difference between static and dynamic. So I'm going to explain one more time. Website is a collection of web pages. If you have the website, we have to find out whether there is a static or dynamic. So if we have the extension .html or .htm, we can easily understood static. What is static? It is a fixed content only for presentation purpose, nothing but look and feel purpose. And if you require any changes also, compulsory we can contact to the developer, and so they know complete coding, they can do the changes. That is called static. Dynamic in the sense, so if you are build one web page, one web application, complete access we have to provide to the client only. Why? Because they are running like a large scale of business they are going to do. So we have to do the all the permissions to the client only. So they are not going to contact every time for the developer. No, that is called dynamic. If you want to do the dynamic website, so we have to use the backend programming languages here. This is the difference between static and dynamic. So coming to our course, first module we are going to discuss about HTML. So what is HTML? So definition. What is HTML in the sense? By using HTML, we can design the static web pages. So simply all are saying like abbreviations only, no? But we have to do the definition. So what is HTML? By using HTML, we can design the static web pages. Already you know what is static, everything, no? So then HTML stands for Hypertext Markup Language. So this language is introduced in the 1990s only. So then, so this hypertext markup language. Now, what is meant by markup language? Markup language in the sense each and everything we have the tag format. If you want to print something in the browser screen, we can use some tag. If you require one paragraph, for example, now I want here one paragraph. What you are going to do? You can write some code for that. You can use some tag for that. If you require one heading, so again you can use the tag for that. If you want to do the image, again you can use the tag for that. How we are going to write the tags? By using anchors. This one we can call as a anchor. So anchor. By using Angular basis, we can write the tags. Within the Angular, if you are writing anything, we can call it as a tag. If I am writing, for example, P, we can call it as a P tag. If I am writing here table, we can call it as a table tag. If I am writing on H1, we can call it as a H1 tag. Whatever you are writing in Angular, we can call it as a tag. So by using HTML, we can design the static web pages, and HTML stands for hypertext markup language. Markup language is nothing but everything we have the tag format. By using Angular basis, we can write the tags. Clear? Then, so how many type of tags we have in the HTML? So generally, all are saying like we have n number of tags, but mainly we have two types only. Under these two categories, we have several tags. What are the two main categories? One is paired tag. We have here one is a paired tag, and second one is unpaired tag. So what is the syntax of the paired tag? What is the syntax of unpaired tag? Now we are going to discuss. If we are writing any tag, must and should we can close the tag. So that is called paired tag. That means open is there and closing also there. That is called pair. So that's why we can call it as a paired tag. What about unpaired tag? Unpaired tag also we can use the Angular only tag name, which is itself closing. There is no separate closing, which is itself closing. That's why we can also call it as it is a self-closing tag. Unpaired is also called as a self-closing tag. We have two types of tags, paid and unpaid. Whenever I said like paid, we have to remember open tag and closing tag is there. Unpaid in the sense tag name, just give some space. Must and should give the space. Then which is a self-closing. So this is about two types of tags we have in the HTML. Clear? Then, so general question: what is meant by coding? So coding in the sense set of instructions we are going to pass to the system. So that instructions it will be executed and we are going to get the output. Some visibility we are getting now. That is called coding, right? So where we are writing the code. If you are considering any programming language also, we have to use some editor. What is meant by editor? Editor in the sense with the help of this one only we can write the code. So how we are going to write the code in a web designing or UI development? You can use the Notepad++, or you can use the VS Code editor, or you can use the Sublime, or you can use the Bracket, or you can use the Atom, and you can also use the WebStorm, and you can also use the Dreamweaver. These all are editors only. Dreamweaver. These all are editors only. Like Notepad++, Visual Studio, Sublime, Bracket, Atom, WebStorm, and Dreamweaver. These all are open source. What is meant by open source? Free of cost. You can just download from the internet only, you will get that one. But this one is a paid one. So most probably all companies are using VS Code Editor, Visual Studio Code Editor in real time scenario. So otherwise we can go to the WebStorm. Both are similar only. So you will get the most probably you can get all features, same kind of thing only. But in abroad, they are going to use the bracket. Foreign, so there is the most probably bracket or VS Code editor. For example, if you do projects, bracket. No, you can use the Sublime also. You can use the VS Code editor also. There, they are following the standard. But we are doing the project from here on. You can use any editor also. Coding is the same. So there is no change in the coding. Only the layout structure is different. I will show you that difference also. Okay. So now we are into learning stage initially. Now I am going to follow the Notepad++ first. Then we'll move to the another editors. So what you are going to do? So just go to the Google and you can do here npp download Notepad++ download. If you are entering here Notepad++ download from the official website like Notepad++ website only, you can do the download. So I'm going to do here npp download. So if I'm doing here npp download, automatically we will get the Notepad++ official website only. So if you are observing here, we have here Notepad++. Just to go to the official website and here it is showing the versions. You can select any version also. Latest version is preferable. You can download this one automatically. If you click on that one, automatically new page it will be open. And here we have the download button also. Just you can click on the download. automatically you will get the exe file. Nothing but execution file it will be there. So you have to double click next, 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 and finish. That is the way you have to install. So this is the installation process. If you want to work with the VS Code editor, so how we are going to download? Just you can go to the VS Code editor download. Same process only. You have to go to the official website only. Here already we are into download folder. Download folder only. What you are going to do? You can just select here. So which OS it is? Like your OS is a Windows or Mac or Ubuntu. Depends upon your OS. You can select anything also. So now our OS is Windows. I'm going to download. Same process. You will get the exe file. Double click. Next, 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 and finish. This is the way you have to follow. So both I have already. So Notepad++ already I have, and the VS Code also I have already. So that's why I'm not installing. But if you are click on this one, automatically.
Mac is written RT, right? Written RT. Yes.
Sorry, where is the target?
Which system contains RT?
It's loading. So this is for Windows OS. This is for Mac, and this is for Ubuntu. In the Ubuntu also, you have the like 34-bit, 64-bit like that you will get here. So now here also we will get that one, but in the Mac directly you can download. So which one your OS is related to, you can do the download. So just you can click on that one, automatically same process. You will get the one exe file, execution file. You have to double click and next, 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 and finish. So now the both installation is done. So then what we are going to do? Next, I have to write the code now. So the software is installed. Then we'll move to the basic structure of HTML. So if you are considering any programming language also, we have some structure. For HTML also, we have the structure. First, what we are going to do? So now I'm going to create here one folder. Then I'm going to create the files. So first I'm going to create here one folder that is practice. You can take any folder name also, there is no problem. So now what you are going to do in a sense, just you can work with a Notepad++. We have to open here, Notepad++, it is open, just you can click on this one. So by default, you will get the empty only. So already I have here a number of files, previously I worked on, so that's why it is showing. So now what you are going to do? So just you can take a new file and you can write here the basic structure. So first I'm going to write the structure, then I will explain the structure. So first I'm going to take here HTML tag, then HTML should be closed. Then body open, body should be closed. Inside the body, I'm writing some text called welcome to eLearn. Right. You can write anything also, no problem. Okay. So I have to save this file. So by using Control S, or you can go to the save here and file and save here. So where I have to save? Already just now only we created one folder that is called practice. So just go to the practice. Under this practice folder, I have to create my file. My file name is this is first file now. So first dot HTML or HTM also. Both are works fine. But as per HTML5 standard, you can prefer this one also. So now I'm going to save. So the file is saved successfully. I have to run. So go to the file and click on open in default here. If you are click on open in default here, automatically your browser it will be load. So now we are getting here the output is welcome to eLearn Infotech. We are getting. Why you are getting welcome to eLearn Infotech? Why? Because inside the body tag, whatever you are writing, it will display into the browser screen. This is a technically we can call it as it is a layout. If you want to print anything in the layout, just you can go to the body and you can write it. For example, I want to write here. So hello, save this one and go to the browser screen and you can refresh here. We have here the hello. So just I am using the refresh F5. So we are getting here hello. That means whatever you are writing inside the body tag, it will reflect to the layout. Then we have the title here. So where it will be displayed, the title. So if you are observing here, the title is displayed in the browser screen top bar. So this one we can call it the top bar, browser screen top bar. If you are observing for the Visual Studio website contains the title. For our mail also, we have the title. For if you are opening any website also, must and should we have the titles. So this is about title we are going to use. So what is the use of HTML? It will inform to the browser. From here onwards, I'm going to start my HTML project or programming. So just for information of the browser, we are going to use. So it will inform to the browser. From here onwards, we are going to start the HTML project. Then we have here head tag. By using head only, you can write the titles. You can write the CSS styles also. You can write the JavaScript also inside the head only. That's why we can use the head. So head is treated as a parent. So in that parent, you can do the title as well as styles also, as well as scripts also. These scripts and styles we are going to apply in the future classes. For here, I am applying only the title. Then, so then we have the body. So whatever you are writing, it will reflect it. So in the HTML, we have the versions like HTML and HTML5. So how browser can identify it? As a developer, so you know what is HTML, what is HTML5 after learning the course each and everything you know. But as a browser, how it is identified? Just you have to go to the doc type. If you are using doc type like this, browser can understand user is using HTML version. If you are using doc type HTML, browser can understand user is using HTML5 version. So this is the basic structure of HTML. This is common and this is also common. Okay, only we are going to do the changes in the body only. So this is the basic structure. Clear? Then, for example, I am going to remove all these things, whether it will execute or not. But
HTML is a currently.
so now it will execute. Why it is executing? Why? Because it is a error-free language. If you are doing some syntax mistakes also, it won't consider as a syntax mistake. But for real-time scenario, if you are developing any website also, must and should you can follow the standards that is called W3C. What is meant by W3C? W3C is nothing but World Wide Web Consortium. We have to follow some rules and regulations here. So without the rules and the regulations, if you can build the website, so Google will not crawl your website. So must and should you have to follow the standards. I will show you that standards also in the future.
This means World Wide Web
Consortium.
Console.
Consortium. So this is the W3 standards we have to follow. That's why we are going to maintain each and everything manually here. Then coming to next one is, for example, here we have to discuss a few more important point. HTML is case insensitive. What is meant by case insensitive? You can use the small letter or you can use the capital letter or you can use the mixed letters also. There is no problem. So it won't show any error. Why? Because it will be treated as both are same only. There is no two different meanings. So if you are using small letter or capital letter, it will be treated as a same only. But always you can prefer the lowercase letters only. That is a good practice for real-time projects. So this is the way you have to create the basic programming. Then we are going to enter into tags step by step. We are going to enter. So first one we have to focus on the heading tags. So if you are observing some of the websites, we have the headings. So for example, I'm going to open here Hyderabad ID Turnings. If you are observing here, we have here some heading called Hyderabad ID Turnings. Welcome to Hyderabad Index. So here also we have the heading our courses like that. So now I want to display that welcome to Hyderabad ID Turnings. Save this one and go to the browser. So if you are observing here, we have that heading. But if you are observing, there is no size applied here. There is no thickness also. It is showing like a regular content only. No? So what you are going to do? I want to apply the heading tag. In HTML, we have the heading tags like H1 to H6. We have here different headings H1, H2, H3, H4, H5 like that we have. So now I want to implement here practically. So H1 open, H1 should be closed. All are paired only. So open tag and closing tag. Then H2, 3, 4, 5, 6 like that. So you can take here H2, then it is H3, then it is H4, and it is H5 and H6 we can. So for closings also we have to maintain now. Why? Because that is a parent tag, right? So we have to maintain here the closings also. Save this one and I want to execute here. So just to go to the browser, you can observe here. We are getting here different sizes. So where we are using these sizes in the real-time scenario. So H1 and H2 for main headings. Wherever you want to do the main headings, you can follow the H1 and H2. So then you can go through the H3 and H4 for subheadings. If you want to any subheading, you can go to them. And H5 and H6 for nested subheadings. Nested subheading in the sense inside the subheading, if you have another subheading, then you can go to the nested subheading. This is the way you have to implement H1 and H2 for main headings, H3 and H4 for subheadings, and H5 and H6 for nested subheadings. You can use these are the heading tags available in our HTML. We can use. So if you require only one H1, you can use only H1. Remaining you can delete. You can remove. So whatever the thing is required, you can place that one, and remaining you can remove. So this is the way you have to implement the headings in the projects in the real time. Done. So now you can observe here I have one paragraph of content now. If you want to display some text as a paragraph, here also we have the paragraph now. How we are going to do that one? Simply you can use the p tag. Next one is p tag. So if you want to display any text as a paragraph, just you can use the p tag and you can write the description. It should be closed. If you require one more paragraph, you can take the p tag and you can close the p tag. So just to go to the browser and you can check once. We have here heading along with two paragraphs of content is there. So this is the way you have to create the paragraphs in the real-time scenario. This is also paid only. You can open and you can close that one automatically. You get that.
So every time we have to save the file.
Yes. Without saving, we are not going to get that updates. So this is the way you have to. Then next one is if you want to apply the bold. In the MS Word, we have the option called bold. No? So same thing I want to apply here. So for example, if you are observing in this website, we have here some of the sentences are increasing the thickness. Bold we are getting, right? So here also I want to do the, for example, this one I want to do classroom and online trainings. I want to do the bold. What you are going to do? Simply, so where is that? So here I have. So we can take the B tag open. So and you can close the B here. So just you can close the B, save this one and go to the browser and check once whether it is bold or not. So we are getting here B tag. That should be bold we are getting. So instead of this B tag, we can also use the strong tag. So just I'm going to use the strong tag and save this one and just you can observe here. Is there any changes? No changes. Both are same. So already B tag is there now. Again, why they introduce the strong tag? So why? Because as a regular person, you can see that website and you can easily feel that that is a bold. So what about blind people? Blind people can't see that website. No, they has a software called screen reader. That screen reader it will read the entire sentences. Whenever if you are using the B tag, it is read like a regular paragraph only. If you are using strong tag, it will stress that word and they will get some clarity. Okay, this is a bold like that. So that is a way you have to implement the bold here. B tag or strong tag you can use. If you want to do the italic, you can use the I tag or EM tag. Nothing but cursive letters, italic in the sense. So how we are going to, for example, this entire paragraph I want italic. So simply we can take here I tag open up to this one I want to. You can apply for one sentence also. There is no problem. So now I'm going to take here. So italic here. Instead of this I tag, we can also use the EM. EM stands for emphasize. You can use the emphasize. So this is also same only. We can apply here. We will get the same.
Is there any particular reason why
Same.
for blind people?
Same. So that is the reason here they introduced here. You can use the I tag as well as EM tag. So which one is preferable? EM tag you can preferable. Why? Because we don't know after launching our website. Maybe blind people are watching, regular people we don't know now.
Yes.
That's why you have to go to the EM and strong tag we can use. Then if you want to do the underline, you can use the U tag comma INS. INS nothing but insert. So you'll get the underline only. So now we can observe here. I want to do this text as an underline. Simply you can use the U tag open and so up to this I want underline now. You should be close. Save this one and you can just go to the browser. Sorry. Just go to the browser and check once. We have here so the underline. Instead of this U tag, you can also work with another thing that is INS insert. You can use here INS open and INS should be close. So now just you can observe here, we are getting the same. There is no change. No? Both are same purpose only we are using. That is about U tag and INS tag we are going to use. Then next one is we have here superscript as well as subscript. What is meant by superscript? So, for example, in the notes, I want to write the today date. So, what is the today date? Is 6th. No, you can write here. So, 6th July 2022. Generally, in the notes, if you are writing this one, we can no, we can write in the up direction. So, you can display the power. So, how we are going to do that? So, now I'm going to take as a paragraph. So, today date is the 6th July, so 2022, and this P should be close. So if I'm doing like this, you will get the regular output here. So regular, like there is no change here. If you want to do the power value, what you are going to do? Just you can take here SUP and the SUP should be close. Save this one and go to the browser and refresh. Now see here what happened. That DH is size also decreased and it is moved to the power. That is called superscript. We can apply. Then we have another thing that is subscript. Now, what is meant by subscript? If you want to do the base values. So, for example, H2O. If you want to do the H2O, so this 2 in the base I want. What you are going to do? You can do SUV open, then the SUV should be closed. Save this one and go to the browser and you can check once. So now we have here the 2 in the base we have. This is called superscript and subscript we are going to use. Then next one is big and small tag. So if I'm using big tag, the font size it will be increased little bit. If I'm using small tag, it will be decreased little bit. So now you can observe here. So only for this sentence I'm going to apply here big tag, big open, big should be closed.
So big and small can be used as
No, that is heading tags, no?
one.
So now you can observe here. In the paragraph, I want to highlight something. You can use the big tag. For example, my company name is there. I want to increase little bit font size. So then we can use the big tag. If you are using H1, what happened? If I will show you, the size will be too much, and at the same it will break that content. Actually, it is continued now.
Yes.
Now what happened? You can observe. It is break that content. Okay, so that's why we are not going to use that. So H1 tag here, big tag you can use. Then next one is we have here small tag, decreased. So existing font size is different and this one is decreased now. So that is called big and small tags we are going to apply in the real time scenario. Then next one is we have here center tag. If you want to move anything in the center, just you can use the center tag. For example, this H1 I want to move to the center. By default, it is in the left side only. I want to move to the center. Just you can go to the center open and the center should be closed. Save this one and you can just go to the browser screen and you can execute. Now we have here center of that one. So if you want to do the right side, there is no right tag actually. We have to use some attribute for that one. I will tell you that one in the future process. So this is about center. Here,
Can we add center after insert?
you can write it, no problem. There is no tag priority here. You can write. But here my target is first we implement H1, then for that underline, then we are going to do the center. Yes.
That's the reason.
Yep. So first open tag must be closed last. That is the rule we have to follow. Remaining first. So this is the way we have to implement. So this is about center tag we are going to apply. Then we'll move to the next one. Here we have a stripe. So if you are observing e-commerce website, what they are going to do, they are going to mention some price for the product. They are going to strike and offer price they are going to maintain. So for example, one mobile cost is 10,000 rupees. They are going to sell like a 9,000 only. Save this one and go to the browser. So you are not getting any strike here. Why? Because we didn't apply anything now. So yes, so here I'm going to apply the strike tag, strike open, and here I want to close the strike. Save this one and go to the browser. You will get the same thing. Instead of strike tag, you can also work with a del, delete. You will get the same strike only. Instead of this one, you can also use the S tag. Get the same one. So this S is outdated. Actually, we are not using this one. We can use the del is the most preferred way for the real-time project. You can use strike is also we are not using. You can work with the del. So this is about how we are going to work with the strike functionality. If you want to work with the strike, you can use the strike tag or del tag or S tag. Anything is okay. So this is the way you have to implement the tag step by step. Then next one is we can work with a block code. What is meant by block code tag? So for example, here I'm going to consider entire content should be like a one paragraph of content we have here. So this paragraph, if you are running this programming, by default, it will start with the left side only, margin left only we will get here. My requirement is in the margin left, I want some space. In the right side also, I require some space. Similar to this one, left side and right side, I want some space. What you are going to do? Simply, you can just use here. So block code open, and you can close the block. Save this one, and you can just open this layout, and you can check this. Margin left and right spaces we are getting, that is called block code tag we can use. And we have another thing is short code, we can simply call it as a q tag. Tag. So what is the use of short code? If you want to display anything in the quotations, you can work with a q tag. So now I want to do here you open nothing but quotations open, and the quotation should be close. Save this one, and you can observe here we have here the course is started and the course is ended here. So that is about q tag. So otherwise you can do the manually also. You can use the keyboard. So quotations also you will get, but through the coding we can use the q tag. Automatically you will get the quotations. Then next one is KBD or SAM tag. What is meant by KBD? KBD nothing but it's a KBD. KBD and SAM tag. So KBD stands for keyboard font. Keyboard font in the sense you will get the complete monospace. I will show you with the practical so that you will get some clarity. So now here I'm going to take one paragraph of content. So and at the same time I'm going to take one more paragraph. Total two paragraphs I have. If I'm running this programming, just you can observe here, is there any different in the font families? No, both are same only. No? I want to differentiate one thing, first one or second one. What you are going to do? Just you can work with here. So first one I'm going to apply here, KBD keyboard font open, and the keyboard font should be close. Save this one, and you can observe here. So automatically you will get here. The font family you can observe it is changed automatically. You can observe here Hyderabad Italics is there, and here also Hyderabad Italics is there. But if you are observing the difference, what happened? For each and every letter, we are getting some space now. So that's why we can call it as it is a mono-spaced font. Mono-spaced font. Mono nothing but single. So we'll get the single space for each and every letter. So this is about KBD tag we are going to use. Instead of this KBD, if you are using SAM tag, you will get the same output only. That is about KBD and SAM tag. So this is the way if you want to differentiate question and answers. For example, question and answer format, answer is differentiation. You can do here. That is called KBD. We have to apply in the real-time scenario. Clear now? Then up to now, if you are observing, every time we discussed about the paired tags only. What about unpaired tags? Now we have to move to the unpaired tags also. So for example, I'm going to prefer unpaired tag also here. So first one I'm going to take here HR tag, horizontal line. So what is meant by horizontal line? For example, so in between these two paragraphs, I want to display one line here, horizontal line. So how we are going to do that? you can just use here HR, which is self-close. Save this one and go to the browser and check once. We are getting here horizontal line. We are getting automatically. Then, so if you are observing here, we have one paragraph of content now. So from here onwards, I want to do the next line. So how we are going to do that one? So just simply, so here onwards, I want to do the new line now. Just I will give here some line spaces. So now just go to the browser screen and check once. So it is not considered
Because there is a paragraph, the tag is there.
Actually, the reason is so it is white space insensitive. What is meant by white space insensitive in the sense by default we give only single space. If you are giving here multiple spaces also, it won't consider. So that is the reason it is not applied. But my client requirement is they want this sentence in the next line. What you are going to do? Just you can use here BR tag break. If I am using BR tag, what happened you can observe. It is break into the new line. If you want one more line, what you are going to do? You can use one more BR. Okay. So now you can just use here one more line we are getting. If you want another line, again you can use another BR. So that is about break tag. If you are using BR, so automatically the content is displayed into the new line, next line. The content is break into the new line and HR is nothing but horizontal line. You will get one horizontal line for your paragraphs or for your content.
If you want to get in 5 horizontal line, then you have to 5 times here.
So this is the way you have to work with the HR and BR. We are going to use. These two are the yes, unpaid tags, which is also called as self-closing tags. Clear now? Up to now, we discussed about little bit paid and unpaid, that is clear. Then we'll move to the another concept called attributes. What is the use of attributes and why we are using attributes in real-time scenario? By using these attributes, we can change the behavior of our HTML element. Element is nothing but tag. We have the HTML tags now. That tags behavior we have to change. How we are going to? For example, so I have here, so the layout. This is my layout. In the layout, I have here one H1. This one I want to move to the center. We can use the center tag. If you want to do the right side, there is no right tag. We can use the attribute for that. And by default, if you are observing, we have here white color background for our layout. I don't want white color. I want to apply here some color. What we are going to do? Again, you can use the attribute for that. So how we are going to write the attribute? I am going to write the syntax here. Just you can observe. First, I am going to take here paid tag as well as unpaid. Both the things I am going to take. This is paid tag and this is unpaid tag. We can. So whenever if you want to write any attribute also within the open tag only, just give some space and you can write the attribute name. So for each and every attribute, we have the value. That value you can use the single quotes or double quotes. You can write the value. So there is no separate closing for the attribute. Whenever the tag is ended, the attribute behavior also it will close. So and whenever you are using unpaid also, same process you can do. This is the way we have to follow the syntax. So first I am going to apply the align attribute. Align in the sense we can align the data like a left or if you want to do the center or if you want to do the right also. So now I'm going to apply for the H1. Just you can observe here. I'm going to remove that center also. If you want to do the underline, you can place. Otherwise, no problem. You can remove that underline also. So now this H1 I want to move to the center. So simply what I'm trying to do is align within the open tag. You can write the attribute equal to, you can write the value that is center. Save this one and you can just go to the browser's screen and you can check here. So now I'm going to open which is in the center only. I want to move to the right side. What you are going to do? Just you can make it as here align equal to right now, which is moved to the right side. Understood now? So by using align attribute, we can align the data left, center, right. Whatever the value is given depends upon that value it will be executed. Then we have here DAR, nothing but direction. Here we have two possible values, LTR and RTR, left to right, right to left. So this is similar to left side alignment. This is similar to right side alignment. So now I'm going to use for this H1 only. So we can do here DAR equal to we can just apply here LTR. Save this one and we can just observe left side we have. If you want to do here RTL right side, you will get here. So now we have the answer. There is no center. There is no center. So this is the way we have to work with the DAR. Understood now? Then next attribute is we can work with a BG color, nothing but background color. So from where the body, sorry, from the where the layout is started, from the body only now. So that's why I'm going to apply here BG color equal to which color you require. Save this one. So just go to the browser and we can check here. We have here the yellow color background. So whatever the color is required, you can just write the color, you will get that. That is called BG color. So I don't want a background color, I want to work with a background image. Image as background I required, just you can take here background equal to. So what is the image you require? So if you have images in your local, you can apply. Otherwise, you can go to the Google and you can search here. So for example, I'm going to search here. So web design images. So otherwise you can do here web design banner image. Banner in the sense you will get large size images. So that's what I'm going to do here. So the thing here, which one is comfortable? For example, this is okay. Otherwise you can go to the this one also. So any one image you can take, there is no problem. Anything is fine here. So now if you are comfortable this one, right click, save images. So in where I have to save, so just now only we created the folder practice. So and I'm going to make it as the file name is BG. So the download is done. So then what you are going to do? Just you can take here bg.jpg, save this one and you go to the browser and check this. We have here the background image is applied here. So depends upon the image size. So maybe the image size is small size, it will be repeat. You can observe the content is here repeating. So why? Because there is a small size. If you are considering large size, it won't repeat. In the CSS, we can adjust the width and height also. I will tell you later. Okay. So this is the way we have to work with the
Small. Suppose the image is already existing in points or folder.
you can move to your folder and you can apply. Why I am suggesting you have to move to your folder in the sense in the real time scenario, whenever we are launching to the server, there is no C drive, there is no B drive. If you are taking from the another folder, so it will shows complete path like this, C drive, B drive like that. Whenever if you are launching your website for practice purpose, you can take no problem. But whenever we are moved to the hosting, there is no folders now. That's why you have to maintain entire thing in the same folder only. This is the way we have to implement here. Understood now? So done. Everything is fine here. So then next step, what you are going to do? Background color also done, background image also done. So up to now, if you are observing, separately we discuss about the tags, separately we discuss about the attributes also. Now we have to mix all the things. That means I have to take one tag. For the tag, what are the attributes we are going to apply? I will show you. Then next concept is HTML font. So by using font tag, you can adjust the size. You can change the font family name. You can apply the color also. So I will show you with the practical implementation. Now here I am going to take as a font tag for the first paragraph. Font open, then you can close the font. So in this font only, I'm going to apply here size attribute. We have the size here in between 1 to 7. 1 is the lowest value and 7 is the highest value. Now just to go to the browser screen and you can observe. The size is increased now. So if you don't want that much size, you can apply here 5 also. Now I am going to apply 5. This is the size of 5. By default, it is applied the 3. If you are not mentioning, so you will get the 3. You can observe both are same. So by default, the size of that one is 3 only. If you want to adjust, you can adjust, no problem. That is about size. And you can take here color. Which color you require? I want here red color. You can take that red color. So now just you can observe here, we have here the red color. Then if you want to apply the face, nothing but font family name. Which font family name you want? I want here Vardhana. Vardhana is the font family name. So now we can observe here. It will change here. The font family is differentiated now. So this is the way you have to apply in the real time scenario. So just you can take here. So whatever the thing is required, size, we have 1 to 7, 3 is the default value. You can adjust color, whatever the color is required, you can apply, and font face.
So
So
one time we can use multiple attributes.
hmm,
Closing only one.
yeah, font tag is closing only one time. You can use a number of attributes also, no problem. These are the possible attributes. If you don't want these two, you can remove. So that is it. And some of the cases we are going to enter alternative font also. What it means? So whenever the first font family is not supported by the browser, it will take the second one. In case first one is supported, no need to do the second one. So this is about alternative font faces.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
This is about font tag along with attributes. You can use the size, you can use the color, you can use the face.
First name which we have done, that is the first priority. Vardhan is the first priority.
Yes. Yes. So now I am running every time in the Chrome. It will works fine here. So under that Chrome also latest version. For example, user is opening in the old version. So like they are using the browser also different browser IE. But then we are not going to give the 100% guarantee that will support. That's why we are doing the alternative also. That is not mandatory. If you want, you can apply. Understood, no? So this is the way you have to work with a font tag in the real-time scenario. Then next concept is we can work with another concept that is called lists. What is meant by list? List in the sense you can display some points in your web page. So HTML supports three types of lists. One is unordered list, and second one is order list. Third one is definition list. That names you can observe unordered, order, definition. Unordered in the sense there is no proper order in the list items. So for example, now I'm going to open here MS Word. If I'm opening the MS Word, we have here some points, right? So this, you can observe here, we are getting the points. So if you are observing, there is no order. We are getting here bullets only. If I'm taking this one, here we have the order 1, 2, 3, so we have. This is unordered and this is order. I will show you with the practical implementation so that you will get the clarity. So now I want to do the unordered list. After this paragraph, I want to display some points. So how we are going to work with that? Simply, you can take here unordered list, UL tag. We can represent with the help of UL and UL should be close. And here we can write the points, nothing but list items. That points we can call it as a list item and the point should be close. The list item should be close. How many points you require, that many LIs you can take. Second point, third point, fourth point, like that. So save this one. What happened, we'll check. Now I'm going to run this programming. So if you are observing here, what happened here? We are getting the bullets. Instead of that bullets, we can do another type also. For example, now if you are observing here, we have here another styles also. No? So if you want to do that styles, what we are going to do? Just you can use here type attribute. Type equal to, I want to work with here circle. Save this one and you can just open here. We have here the circles. Instead of these circles, we can work with here square also. Now I'm going to take here the squares. Instead of this square, so you can use the disk, nothing but bullets. By default, you get the bullets only. No need to do anything here. So if you don't want anything, you can keep as a none. So now you can just observe it is not showing anything. This is about unordered list. That name only it will describe there is no proper order in the list items. In the points, there is no order. By default, you will get the bullets, nothing but disk. If you want to change, type equal to circle, square, and none you can.
Can we use this of like paragraph?
If you require a number of content, you can write here only. You will get like a paragraph kind of thing only. So now, see, we are getting the point. Okay. So this is the way you have to implement. If you are using p tag also, it will work fine. Why? Because it is error-free language. Huh? So in the validator, again, you will check that error. Okay. So this is the way you have to implement the unordered list in the real time. Then coming to second one is order list now. So OL and the OL should be close. Same. LIs we can. So we'll do the small ls. LI and LI, LI, LI. Save. And we can observe here 1, 2, 3 we are getting. I don't want 1, 2, 3s. I want to apply here small alphabets. We can use type equal to small a. If I am using small a, we'll get here small alphabets. If you want to do the capital alphabets, capital A, small I, small Roman letters. If you are using capital I, capital Roman letters, you will get here. I should know. So this is the way you have to implement type. So here what we are going to do, numerics, small alphabets, capital alphabets, small Romans and capital Romans. This is the way you have to implement here. Then, so I want to do here numeric, but I don't want to start with the 1. I want to start with the 10. You can use start equal to 10. So now, if I am using here A, small alphabet, 10th letter J, from the J you are going to get that. 10th alphabet.
Okay. We need not to enter alphabet again.
No need.
We want to start with J. We need not to enter J.
No.
But how to enter 10 only?
Yes. That
The
count.
number of the
Yes. We have to implement the thing here like this. This is the way you have to implement the unordered list and ordered list. And last one is definition list now. So this definition list I am going to show you with diagrammatically so that you will get some clarity. So this is my layout. In the layout, I want one heading. That description we can start here. And one more heading. That description also I want to start here. If you are observing, here I want to follow the perfect order. And here also I want to start with a perfect order. Ending no need. Starting only I want that order. What you are going to do. So if you require that one, just you can take here DL definition list. And the definition list should be closed. And we have to take that heading now. Definition term. That is called heading. Definition term, open and close. You can write the heading. For example, HTML. Then definition data. Whatever the description you want, you can write it. For example, I want to write the description. You can write that description. Yeah, I will tell you. So one more time, just after writing all these things. I want one more DT also, one more heading and one more description. So I'm going to consider. Save this one and just to go to the browser screen and check once. See here, starts with the same order and here also starts with the same order. So just you can observe now. DL stands for definition list. DT stands for definition term, nothing but heading. You can remember heading. So then definition data, nothing but description. Whatever the content you want to write, you can write it. So that DT should be closed, DT also closed. Then you want one more heading, again you can work with the DT. And you can work with the DL. So DL we have to close finally now. All the things I want the 3-4 headings after 3-4 headings only we can close the DL now. So that is the way you have to implement. Understood no? So this is the thing we have to apply here. Just we have to take the DL, DT definition term, DD. Again DT, DD. Again DT, DD. Finally you can close the DL. This is the way you have to implement. If the headings, if you want to highlight what you are going to do. So simply you can use here mark tag. If I'm using mark tag, we can highlight the text with a yellow color background. Now just you can observe. The color is here, default color. We are unable to change in this level. Through the CSS, we can change. So, and here also, if you want to highlight that one, you can use the mark tag. Mark open and mark should be close. Save this one and go to the browser and check this. Here now. So this is the way we have to implement. Mark. So now here I'm going to draw the layout. So layout is nothing but in the browser screen, how I want. Okay. So first, this is my layout. Here I required one heading in the right side along with underline. Heading right side along with underline. First paragraph with the margin left and right spaces required. And you can take second paragraph with the full width along with the bold. Bold. Then you can take here one heading in the center. So, and you can take here one paragraph. The paragraph should be highlighted with a yellow color background. Nothing but you can use the mark tag. Only for that paragraph only I want to highlight.
Only the paragraph.
Yeah. So then you can take here one paragraph. For this paragraph, you can apply for some sentence superscript, another sentence subscript, and big tag and small tag, and you can do the strike also and KBD also. You can use all these things here. Okay. Then the continuation I'm going to draw side only. So here you can take one more paragraph. For this paragraph, you can take the font tag, font size, color, family, everything you can apply. Then you can take here one heading called list heading. Then you can display order list, and definition list. This is your assignment. You can just finish this assignment.